So the annual professional awards celebrate excellence and leadership in people practices. We will be recognizing one accomplished with the Fellow CHRP designation. There are only 8 FCHRPs in British Columbia, and this person will become the 9th. Unfortunately, he is ill today. He does suffer from a long-term disability situation and was unable to travel today, and somebody will be coming up to accept it on his behalf in a moment. But I want to make sure that you all know, and I'm going to read the same précis of his career so that you're all aware of what the FCHRP is about, and at the same time hear about what his work was and why he is going to be awarded it today. The Fellow FCHRP is a prestigious title that aims to recognize the most exceptional CHRPs in Canada who have made outstanding contributions to the human resources profession and their communities. Eligible nominees for the Fellow title have demonstrated leadership in at least 3 of the following 5 categories: strategic positioning of the human resources profession, advocacy on behalf of the HR profession to government policymakers, be it provincial or federal, development, sharing, and promotion of innovative HR ideas, policies, and practices, service to local, provincial, or national HR associations, and service to the broader community and social responsibility. So those are the 5 categories of which anybody who is nominated to receive the award must meet and exceed the standards in 3 out of those 5. This year, we are pleased to celebrate the outstanding work of Dr. Craig C. Pinder, and he is the gentleman who unfortunately is not going to be with us today. Dr. Pinder's recognition as a fellow CHRP is the most recent in a distinguished lifetime, a lifetime record of devotion to learning, the betterment of business, and people practices in particular. As an academic, his impact at the University of Victoria's Faculty of Business, recently renamed the Peter B. Gustafson School of Business, is renowned amongst students and peers alike. In 2005, he was granted the singular honor of being named Distinguished Professor for his academic excellence and contribution to the greater university community alike. As the youngest professor at the UBC's Faculty of Commerce, Craig epitomized from the start of his professional journey the hallmarks of a leader on many levels. As the author of 4 books and numerous articles on the subject, Craig is both a recognized scholar and a key practitioner, best known for his practical approach to work motivation. An avowed mentor and champion of women in industry, Craig's efforts have never been confined to the classroom. Whether consulting to business or contributing his experiences to the bigger picture of the HR profession, his discipline, rigor, and insights have benefited countless workplaces. When the BC Human Resources Management Association sought academic input in the development of the CHRP designation in British Columbia, Craig not only answered the call, but served on the board of directors as designate chair during rocky times, providing significant academic rigor and input to the original design of the exams and the requirements. His diligence and duty was in large part responsible for the provincial and national acceptance. Remaining an active member of HRMA through his career, even during his recent health challenges, Craig remains in touch with his colleagues. His passion for people and the meaning of work remains undiminished. The ultimate professional, Craig has devoted his professional life to the advancement and furtherance of professionalization of HR, passing on to others a lifelong journey of growth, learning, and ongoing development. Can we give him a round of applause for that? I'd like to invite Sarah Hood, who was a student of his many years ago, to come up and accept the award on his behalf.
Thank you. I spoke to Craig this morning on the phone, and If you could have heard the emotion in his voice, you would know there's no cliche when he asked me to express his heartfelt thanks for this great, great honor. Thank you.
My name is Christian Codrington, and I'm the Senior Manager of Operations for the British Columbia Human Resources Management Association. And I am very proud to take you to the balance of our awards ceremony this afternoon. And I just want to say thanks to all of you, and most especially my team here at BCHRMA for putting on an incredible 3 days. We'll take one moment to have a round of applause for everybody. Each and every one of you plays a critical role in driving the value of the human resources profession. This afternoon, we'll recognize and honor 13 members, your peers, in 3 separate categories, and you'll agree that they have elevated our profession to greater heights. Pages 19 and 20 of your conference program, you'll see the kinds of work that have led to the nominations for our finalists. For those of you with a smartphone, you can scan the QR code and get taken directly to our webpage. Those of you that don't, just check out the BCHRMA website under awards. So different than previous years, if you recall, we used to have videos of our finalists. This year, we're going to take our time and get to know them on a little more personal level. So for the next 30 minutes, and in a manner fitting an HR association, we're going to interview our finalists. Oh, sure, we may violate a few rules, you know, interview them in public, 1,000 people watching on stage, while some of you are actually eating, too. Why not? But wasn't it Gucci who said, let's jump to new hills? And I think our 13 finalists have done exactly that. So without further delay, we'll begin our first award.
The 2012 Rising Star Award. Sponsored by the Vancouver Sun, The Province, Beatty School of Business, Simon Fraser University.
So it's my pleasure to welcome on stage our finalists for Rising Star, Nikki Sescon, Tyler Cheyne, and Candice Wright. Please join me in welcoming them. All of our Rising Star nominations are up-and-comers in their first 5 years of their HR career, and through their contributions are igniting our professional community with their light. This year we had 17 nominations, the highest in the history of the award. Our awards committee had the wonderful task of choosing one star from among this galaxy. So let's start our interviews, shall we? We will start with Nikki Sescon, but I got to get my interview notes. Nikki, can you join me, please? Nikki is a human resources advisor with Kelowna Flightcraft. Thank you. Welcome for being here. Now, always a difficult question, Nikki. Can you please tell the group where you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Thank you, Christian. Definitely enjoying the early years of parenthood. And hopefully still employed with Kelowna Flightcraft, but in a leadership capacity. My company is growing, and I believe I am ready to take on a leadership position as we continue to expand. I would like to continue to support our national locations and provide direct guidance and support to our HR administrators, ensuring consistent HR practices. I would also like to improve employee retention by implementing a talent management program. I believe this will give our supervisors the tools necessary to further motivate and encourage growth within their teams, as well as assist with succession planning. How I plan to achieve my goal is by continuing to take part in volunteer and charity leadership opportunities, continue to seek guidance and leadership from my current leaders, as well as take part in BCHRMA's mentorship program. As well, I'll take part in any educational opportunities that come my way. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Nikki. Great job. You're all keeping notes and scoring at home, right? I'd like to now invite up Tyler Cheyne. Tyler's a Human Resources Advisor for Omicron Canada. Tyler? Tyler's got some screaming fans in the audience. So now, Tyler, in HR, we often talk about our strengths. Tyler, what are you amazing at?
Thank you, Christian. I am amazing at tongue twisters, Scrabble, and giving 1-minute speeches. Can you can as a canner can a can? That's 64 points, and I think I've started this off on the right foot. Also, Christian, I'm amazing at storytelling. I love to share stories. I believe that sharing your story and listening to someone else's is the way that we connect with others. So let me tell you my story. By day, I'm an HR advisor, and by night, I'm an improv comedian.
Really?
Yeah. In improv comedy, I make up stuff on the spot from suggestions from the audience. I create a setting, a set of characters, a problem or shift. I make it matter by raising the stakes, and I find a solution. Essentially, I tell stories, and it connects me with others. So I encourage you to share your stories and make some connections today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Nice job. And finally, of our Rising Star candidates and finalists, I'd like to introduce Candice Wright. Candice is a labor relations research analyst with the BC Public School Employers Association. Pretty boring job right now, isn't it? Wow. So I imagine some of your colleagues are in the audience. Candice, how would they describe you?
Well, Christian, to answer this question, the first thing I did was ask my colleagues. Some of my favorite initial responses were the office cheerleader, one of a kind, and the champion of fun. But the general consensus among my colleagues is that I'm a person with infectious enthusiasm. I believe that showing enthusiasm brings out the best in you and inspires the best in those around you. Labor relations is inherently an adversarial process, and our office can be a high-stress environment. Showing enthusiasm for the little things, such as going out for lunch with your team, may not necessarily affect the nature of labor relations, but it does lighten the mood of those around you and promote the sharing of ideas and conversation. And despite what factors are contributing, the external factors, enthusiasm creates a fun and productive environment for everyone to work in. I like to think I bring a ray of light to every challenge I face, and I'd like to encourage everyone else to do the same. And so I encourage everyone here to meet each new challenge with enthusiasm. A positive attitude is contagious, and everything has the potential to be fun. Thank you.
Great work. Great work. Now, we certainly posed a challenge to all of our nominees by having them come up and do a public speak. So, well done, all of you. The Rising Star Award is sponsored by the Vancouver Sun, the province, and the BD School of Business, two organizations whose respective commitment to sharing knowledge and professional growth make them fitting sponsors for this award. So without further ado, I'd like to invite to the stage from the Vancouver Sun and the province, Adria Mackey and Kirk Hill from the BD School of Business. Welcome, Adria, Kirk.
Thanks, Christian.
So on behalf of the BD School of Business, congratulations to the 3 finalists and all the nominees, but especially to the 3 finalists on the stage today.
At the Vancouver Sun and Province, we're very proud to sponsor this award yet again. It's a great category with lots of great young people coming into the industry. And right now, we are honored to announce the recipient of the 2012 Rising Star Award. Hold it.
It's the Academy Award minute.
Oh, God. There's nothing in here. What? And this year's rising star, Tyler Cheyne.
And for the two of you, we have a token of appreciation as well.
That's a great one.
How'd that go? First set of interviews. Let's continue with our finalists and bring up Ann Leckie and Miss Sarah Hood. So Ann Leckie is a partner with RDL Management, and Sarah Hood is representing the Capital Regional District HR team. Also included in her team is Chris Nielsen, Mary Stock, Nadine Dillabaugh, Angela Monders, and Elaine McGrath. Now, Sarah, which of those team members are here today? Mary Stone is here joining you. Mary Stock, thank you. I've got it written here. Thank you. So now the Award of Excellence for Innovation recognizes an individual or team that has successfully implemented an innovative, progressive program or project within financial or corporate limitations in response to new and ongoing HR challenge or community opportunity in their organization. Note to self, shorten criteria for next year's SOAP program. So let's meet our two finalists, shall we? Ann, come and join me, please. Thank you. Ann Leckie, as I mentioned earlier, is a partner at RDL Management and an HR consultant to Teldon Media. Ann, can you share with us your thoughts and perspectives on innovation?
Thank you. First, I want to say thank you very much for the honor of this nomination. I've been asked about innovation and my perspective, and I'd like to quote Jeremy from yesterday, who said, "You cannot be innovative if you think you know all of the answers." So when one of my clients asked me to lead a major downsizing initiative, it became apparent very quickly that we needed to do something new and different and innovative around the communication of the strategic HR programs. I didn't have all the answers. So I reached out to a fantastic group of HR professionals, many of them here today, and I asked them to work with me on this innovative project. The end result was our book, The Good Friend's Guide to Money. So what I learned from that experience is sometimes I don't have the answers. Sometimes in your career, you will find that you don't have the answers. But the answers lie within this amazing, innovative, and creative group here today at the conference. So I recommend that everyone take the time to get to know each and all the people that you can. And from that, HR will continue to be as innovative now as it has been in the past. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Ann. And now representing the HR team from the Capital Regional District, I'd like to invite Sarah Hood. Hello, Sarah. Now, Sarah, on behalf of your team, how has the culture at your company encouraged you and your team to be innovative in your human resources programs?
Well, we learned yesterday, didn't we, that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Is that what we heard? Yes. And culture can be the death of innovation, certainly, but I think it can also be the driver of innovation. The culture at the CRD is very, very diverse, and that forces us in our HR team to be innovative. As a regional district, we have hundreds of diverse services, everything from arts development funding and housing all the way through to sewage treatment plants. So there's no one-size-fits-all HR solution in that mix. So leadership development was one example where we had to be innovative. We wanted our leaders to have better performance conversations with their employees. Sound familiar? So we said, we don't care how you have the conversations, as long as you do have the conversations. And we gave them 6 different conversation templates to choose from. And we said, pick the one that works for you. In HR, we often see our role as being to create consistency. But I would say, ask yourself if consistency is serving your organization now, in this situation, right here. Or could you perhaps use your diversity to drive some creativity into the culture of your organization? Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Sarah. Well, it's wonderful to welcome back the Globe and Mail as a sponsor for our Awards of Excellence. And so we appreciate your commitment to this ceremony. And if I could invite Kate Reynolds-Braun to the stage. Can I invite you? Come on
the 2012 Award of Excellence, HR Innovation. Sponsored by the Globe and Mail.
Congratulations to you both. On behalf of the Globe and Mail, it is my privilege to announce the 2012 Award of Excellence of Innovation. It's quite exciting, isn't it? Oh! Sorry. And now I'm not going to be able to open it up. What about a paper cup right about now? Oh dear, this is so exciting. The Award of Excellence for Innovation for 2012 goes to Capital Regional District. Sarah!
You can tell this is actually the dress rehearsal. Right? So, there's a lot of moving pieces to this, and videotaping might have been easier in the long run. But it's not as rich, is it? Pardon me? Yeah, I know. I'm reading this. He gave me the script, Clayton. Our next award is the Award of Excellence, HR Practitioner of the Year, Professional of the Year.
The 2012 Award of Excellence, HR Professional of the Year. Sponsored by the Globe and Mail.
I'd like to invite to the stage our 3 finalists, Krista Canaston, Eileen Stewart, and Diane Taylor. Thanks, guys. The Award of Excellence for HR Professional of the Year recognizes outstanding individuals, the contributions they have made to improve their organization's bottom line, achieve business results, develop innovative programs, and demonstrate leadership capacity. So let's start our last set of interviews, shall we? Who's first? Krista Canaston, Vice President of HR for WCG. Welcome. Could you share with us one accomplishment for which you are most proud?
I'm very proud to be standing on this stage today with the company that I'm in. I think that's an accomplishment to be very proud of. I'm also proud of my recent work facilitating a transition for many of our team members during a period of intense organizational change. I believe that even in difficult times, we have to give our absolute best so that others can continue to give theirs. Recently, our organization faced some devastating news. We would have to cut our workforce by 50%. When we realized this, we made a conscious choice to share this news with our staff very early on in the process. That came with risk because we had contractual obligations that we were required to meet. And if we shared this with our staff too soon, they might make other choices, they might leave, and we might put those contracts at risk. But we believed that the absolute right thing to do was to let our staff make the decisions that they needed to make with the truth, not with rumor, not with assumption. And so we brought them very early on into the process. I absolutely believe that it was that decision that led us to our strong contract finish with a very highly engaged workforce. I'm very proud of my work in facilitating that process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice job, Crystal. I'd like to now introduce all of you to Eileen Stewart. Eileen's an independent HR consultant. Welcome. Among other things. Eileen, if you could talk to a younger you, what would you say to her?
Thanks, Christian. First of all, I'd like to say I love the question. It was wonderful when I saw it. And what I would say to myself is I would be less strident and be more reflective. And where I have come to that is there was a situation when I was a newbie HR person. I had had a very negative interaction with a senior manager. My boss called me into the office to talk to me about it and to give me some feedback. I was absolutely annoyed with the feedback. I was the HR professional. I knew what I was doing. I didn't need to listen to this, and I promptly stomped out of the office and went home. Now, that's the Hungarian side of me. I went home, I thought about what I had done with the senior manager and also what I did with my boss. So I reflected on that. No, I wasn't fired, went back to work the next day, apologized to my boss, apologized to the senior manager, and moved forward from there. So what I would encourage each and every one of you to do is be reflective. As HR people and as human beings, we don't necessarily take the time to be reflective. We live in a very complex and fast-moving world. We've heard about that for the last couple of days. So I would encourage each and every one of you, when you leave here today and next week, is take the time to think about what's worked, what hasn't worked, and what you could do differently. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. And finally, please welcome Diane Taylor. Diane is a Human Resources Manager, Store Operations with Rona Canada. Diane, if you weren't doing HR today, what do you think you'd be doing?
Well, Christian, that's a very good question. When I was a little girl, I didn't always dream that I would grow up and be an HR professional.
Oh, of course. Well done.
But to be honest, I can't imagine myself being anything but. And the reason I say that is because it really allows me as an individual to put my strengths to work. So if I had to choose something different, I would go to a career that really lit up what I do in HR and bring my strengths to the forefront. So I would say, to answer your question, I would be an executive coach and leadership facilitator. Each of us has our own unique strengths. Some companies call these superpowers. In order to enjoy and feel alive in what we do, we need to put our superpowers to work. In 2011 at Rona, we introduced a strength-based culture. And what we did is we took all of our managers, we helped them figure out what their strengths were and showed them how to apply them. For us, this is the first step in building a winning culture. So I would challenge all of you here today, if you don't already know what they are, go out there, reflect, find out what those strengths are, put them to work so you can feel like you're using your superpowers too. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope all of our candidates left their capes in the closet. You've met our finalists, and once again, if I could call upon Kate Reynolds-Braun from the Globe and Mail to announce our winner and this year's HR Professional of the Year.
I have everything this Congratulations to all three of you. And again, on behalf of the Globe and Mail, the 2012 Professional of the Year award goes to, exciting, isn't it? Eileen, Stewart.
Could we have another round of applause and congratulations? To all our finalists, you're well deserving of this recognition. I feel honored to have shared the stage and interviewed you today. Listen, when we started our ceremony, I stressed the role each of you play in elevating our profession. Now, I stopped at the HRMA booth and looked at the sticky notes. And when we asked you the question, what is your vision for the HR profession, words like strategic, respected, and voice seem to be popping in a lot of those sticky notes. So I ask all of you to go back to your offices or to your consultants, or if you're working from home, with the inspiration from our finalists and the time you spent at this year's conference, and make that impact. Be that influential voice in your organizations. So I please stand up to that challenge as we raise the profile of our profession. Thank you.